Okay, picture this. You wake up already tired, not because you didn't sleep, but because your brain is already bracing for the day ahead. You walk into work or open your laptop at home, and instantly your senses begin firing like alarms. The lights feel too bright, the notifications feel too loud, your coworkers feel too close, your task list feels too heavy, and your manager, let's just say their unpredictability feels like a threat your nervous system is already trying to survive. Before you even start working, your brain is already in fight or flight, and you find yourself wondering, why can't I handle work the way everyone else seems to? Why does this feel so easy for them and so exhausting for me? Here's the truth most workplaces never admit. Work, the way it's traditionally designed, was overstimulating for neurodivergent brains. So today we're going to talk about why it feels like sensory overload, why your brain shuts down under pressure, why tasks feel impossible even when you care deeply, why ND people burn out faster than others, and most importantly, how to fix all of this using real ND-friendly strategies, including tools that support your executive function instead of judging it. If you've ever felt like work is just too much for your brain, this video is going to feel like a massive exhale. There's something neurotypical people don't understand. Neurodivergent people don't struggle with work. We struggle with the systems and environments work happens in. Our brains process sensory information differently. We don't filter things out automatically. Everything enters the brain at the same intensity. The typing, the humming lights, the coughing, the footsteps, the air conditioner, the movement behind you, the shifting energy in the room, all of it floods in at once. Imagine trying to focus while your brain is listening to 20 different radio stations at full volume. That's what ND brains deal with every single day, but sensory overload is only one layer. There's also emotional labor, masking, smiling, acting fine, translating your real feelings into professional language, rehearsing what you're about to say before you unmute yourself, pretending you're caught up when you're drowning. This isn't just work, it's a full-time performance. Then there's cognitive overload. The non-stop interruptions, the Slack messages, the emails, the quick chats that never end up being quick, the constant switching between tasks before your brain has even processed the previous one. Each interruption feels like someone yanking a power cord out of your brain mid-sentence. And on top of it all, many ND people are hyper-aware of emotional tension in the room. A slight shift in someone's tone, a delayed response, a cryptic message, all of it hits like a warning signal. So no, you're not being dramatic, you're not overreacting, you're not sensitive in a bad way, you're simply operating in a system that was never built for your brain. I want to share a quick part of my own story because I don't think we talk about this enough, especially those of us who worked in education. I used to think I was the issue. I genuinely believed I wasn't disciplined enough, organized enough, or emotionally stable enough for the workplace. I would watch my coworkers breeze through the day like it was nothing, while I was silently falling apart inside. I worked as a paraprofessional, and every morning I'd come in way before the students, sometimes 45 minutes early, because it was required. And I remember sitting at my desk thinking, why am I here this early? Why am I just staring at emails doing absolutely nothing? That hour felt like torture, not because I didn't want to do my job, but because my brain does not function well in forced idleness. It feels like I'm being punished for nothing. Then, the meetings. Oh my goodness, I'd be sitting there thinking, this has nothing to do with my job. Why am I here? Why is this mandatory? And instead of explaining, my manager would just say, because we all have to attend. No clarity, no purpose, just pressure. What made it worse is that I was constantly compared to the teacher I worked with. My manager would say, "You're not performing like she is," and I remember thinking, Of course I'm not. I'm not the teacher, I'm not her, I'm not in the same role. But the expectation was that I mimic her exactly. Same behaviors, same energy, same responses. Even when her approach completely overwhelmed me. She yelled a lot, at the students, at the room, at everything, and every time she shouted, my entire nervous system would spike. The classroom lights were harsh, the room was chaotic. There were 30 kids all talking, moving, and needing things at once. It was intensely overstimulating. I honestly don't know how people tolerate that environment, let alone how kids are supposed to learn in it. Meanwhile, I was surrounded by coworkers who seemed completely unaffected. They didn't flinch at the noise or the chaos. They didn't freeze under vague instructions. They didn't fall apart when they were overwhelmed. And I genuinely started believing something was wrong with me. Every job gave me the same messages. You need to try harder. You seem distracted. You need to be more professional. You need to take more initiative. No one ever considered that the environment was the problem, not me. But the moment I started working remotely, everything changed. Honestly, it felt like my brain finally got to exhale for the first time. I could turn down the lights, I could control the noise, I could wear comfortable clothes, I could take sensory breaks without being judged, I could move the way my body needed to move. The overstimulation stopped, and suddenly, all the things that made me feel broken in a school environment became strengths in a calm one. I didn't magically improve. The environment finally stopped hurting me, and that is why I am so passionate about this topic. Neurodivergent people are not broken. We're overstimulated. We thrive when the space around us stops fighting our nervous system. One of the biggest reasons ND people struggle at work is because we each have a sensory profile, meaning specific things our brains react to more strongly. Maybe bright lights instantly drain you. Maybe noise feels like someone tapping on your brain. Maybe clutter makes you freeze. Maybe switching tasks feels like restarting your brain each time. Maybe someone pacing behind you makes your nervous system tense up. ND people don't just dislike these things, our brains can't ignore them. We're taking in sensory information and emotional information and environmental information all at once. And when you start identifying your sensory profile, the things that overwhelm you most consistently, you stop blaming yourself and start understanding the patterns. Your overwhelm isn't random. Your shutdowns aren't failures. Your inability to push through isn't a lack of effort. It's a predictable response to overstimulation. And once you understand your sensory profile, you can begin creating environments that actually support your nervous system, not destroy it. But the moment I started working remotely, everything changed. Honestly, it felt like my brain finally got to exhale for the first time. I could turn down the lights, I could control the noise, I could wear comfortable clothes, I could take sensory breaks without being judged, I could move the way my body needed to move. The overstimulation stopped. And suddenly, all the things that made me feel broken in a school environment became strengths in a calm one. I didn't magically improve. The environment finally stopped hurting me. And that is why I am so passionate about this topic. Neurodivergent people are not broken. We're overstimulated. We thrive when the space around us stops fighting our nervous system. One of the biggest reasons ND people struggle at work is because we each have a sensory profile, meaning specific things our brains react to more strongly. Maybe bright lights instantly drain you, maybe noise feels like someone tapping on your brain, maybe clutter makes you freeze, maybe switching tasks feels like restarting your brain each time, maybe someone pacing behind you makes your nervous system tense up. ND people don't just dislike these things. Our brains can't ignore them. We're taking in sensory information and emotional information and environmental information all at once. And when you start identifying your sensory profile, the things that overwhelm you most consistently, you stop blaming yourself and start understanding the patterns. Your overwhelm isn't random, your shutdowns aren't failures, your inability to push through isn't a lack of effort. It's a predictable response to overstimulation. And once you understand your sensory profile, you can begin creating environments that actually support your nervous system, not destroy it. Most ND people follow the exact same overwhelm cycle at work, even if we don't realize it. It starts with overload. Too many inputs, too many responsibilities, too much pressure, too many things happening all at once. Then comes the freeze, the moment your brain hits capacity and shuts down. You stare at your screen, you lose your words, you forget what you were doing, your mind goes blank. Next comes shame, that sinking feeling of, why can't I do what everyone else can? What is wrong with me? So you mask, you force yourself to look productive, pretend you're okay, push through the discomfort, and that leads to burnout. Deep, painful burnout that can take weeks or months to recover from. This cycle isn't because ND people can't work. It's because ND people are working in environments that force them into distress over and over again. You're not failing, you're overstimulated. Let's talk about the root cause of the overwhelm. Traditional workplaces are simply not designed for ND people. The open office setups, the fluorescent lighting, the constant movement, the unpredictable social interactions. It's like a sensory battlefield. The environment is too bright, too noisy, too crowded, too stimulating. Then there's the schedule problem. ND brains don't run on a predictable 9-to-5 rhythm. We work in bursts of intensity followed by recovery. Forcing ND people to perform at the same energy level for 8 straight hours is like asking a sprinter to run a marathon every day. And then there's communication, which is a huge issue. ND people thrive with clarity, but corporate culture loves vague instructions, shifting expectations, indirect language, and passive-aggressive hints. It's a nightmare for our brains. Finally, the way corporate environments measure success is deeply mismatched with ND strengths. Traditional performance reviews reward people who look busy, blend in, and follow the rules. Not people who have deep insights, strong ethics, creative problem-solving skills, or intense focus when they care. It's not that ND people are bad employees, it's that the system wasn't built for our kind of brilliance. Now let's talk about how you actually fix this in a realistic way. Not the just stay organized or try mindfulness advice people throw around. First, reduce sensory load in your environment in a way that feels doable. This might look like noise-canceling headphones, softer lighting, comfortable clothes, smoother textures, fidgets, or working in a quiet corner. Small changes can make a huge difference. Then, shift into ND-friendly work cycles. Instead of trying to force long blocks of concentration, use short bursts of work with small breaks. This is how ND brains naturally operate. And then there's AI, which, for ND people, is genuinely life-changing. AI can break tasks into micro steps, summarize overwhelming information, organize your thoughts, help you plan your day, remind you of things, declutter your mental load, help you regulate emotions, and support your executive function instead of shaming it. AI becomes the coworker we always needed, the patient one, the consistent one, the one who doesn't judge you for asking the same question twice. You don't have to do all the heavy lifting yourself anymore. The work world is shifting, and for once, it's shifting in our favor. Remote work is becoming common. Flexible schedules are becoming normal. Project-based work is growing. AI is handling repetitive tasks that drain our energy. And more people are building calm careers. Slow, meaningful, flexible work lives aligned with their nervous system, not against it. ND strengths like creativity, hyperfocus, intuition deep knowledge of interests, and pattern recognition are finally being recognized as actual assets. We're not behind. We're ahead of where work is going. If work has ever felt like too much, please know this. You're not dramatic and you're not failing. You're overstimulated. And overstimulation is something we can work with. You deserve a career that supports your brain, not one that punishes it. If your brain doesn't fit the old system, hit subscribe. I'll show you how to build a calm, sustainable work life using AI and ND-friendly tools. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next one.